we stay in front of Switch because last night they closed the doors so they can support the Girls' Night boycott movement. And we talk with students from Solent journalism so we can see what they're talking about, what's their opinion, talk about what they're going to do in the future so they can prevent from happening again.
And I was really quite surprised when I heard that there'd been injections and that sort of thing actually here in Southampton. Because spiking's not a new thing, that's been going on for a long time. It will get to a point where people don't feel safe going out, and that will affect the sort of industry as a whole. Bars and clubs won't be able to open because no one will feel safe going there.
I'm Panar Salih from Solent Journalism. Southampton Football Club has been openly for sale for the last few months, with no signs of investments as of yet. We asked Dan Sheldon, Southampton Football Club reporter for The Athletic for the UK. Why is this club struggling for buyers and how is it affecting to the team?
Yeah, I think it's a two-pronged question. I think if I tackle the first part first, it's no secret Southampton Football Club are up for sale. They've been up for sale for a long time. They were fairly close to securing a buyer, kind of the back end of 2019, start of 2020, but then the pandemic hit, and at that point, no one was going to start buying a football club because no one knew, if you've got money, you weren't too sure what the future was going to look like, so you kind of held on to that money. So that's kind of paid into it, and the fact that Mr. Gow, who owns 80% of the club, he's not budging too much on his price. So there are myriad factors as to why it's still up for sale, and the club are or those who are involved in selling the club are keen to make sure that they don't want to sell it to the wrong person with the wrong intentions and the wrong motives. So you could argue they're being a little bit more fussy, but that will only benefit the football club in the long run, because they don't want to kind of hand the keys over to someone with bad intentions. And I think Martin Semmens, the club chief executive, gave an interview recently and said, I could sell the club tomorrow, but you wouldn't like who I sold it to. And that's kind of the feeling. And in terms of, is it affecting the team? On the pitch, not really. I don't think the players are going to be thinking too much of it. The other side of that is it is affecting the team because, new investment, they could buy new players, better players to play. So the squad won't be thinking about who owns the football club. But, if there were different owners there who were investing, then of course that squad could be improved.
We spoke with the manager of Communicare and she was explaining about her opening for the charity.
Certainly, we're very, very excited about opening this bakery, which will become Communibakes. But Communibakes is a new company which has been set up specifically to support the work at Communicare in Southampton, which is a good neighbours network operating across the whole of the city of Southampton, where we support people who just need that little bit of extra TLC to be able to cope with life.
This is Solent Journalism Update at 1:30 with me, Panar Salih. Students are being urged to get their booster jabs as soon as they are invited as fears over a new COVID variant grow. Booster centers are expected to be set up in Southampton over the next few days. There are currently no recorded cases of the Omicron variant in the city. On BBC Breakfast, the Health Secretary Sajid Javid has said that Christmas plans shouldn't change, but just for precautions, wear face masks. Private hire drivers have demonstrated outside Southampton City Council to protest against rules about how they display signs on their taxi doors. The council rejected the new policy, which drivers say would have given them the chance to work for multiple operators. Drivers spoke to our reporter Eva Podamova about the changes. Southampton Football Club has introduced Rainbow Saints, a supporters group designed for fans from the LGBTQ+ community. In celebration of Premier League's Rainbow Laces campaign, members of Rainbow Saints will be guests at the Brighton-Southampton game and will make an appearance on the pitch of halftime. Member Emma Tolney explained to us what the group is about. And staying with sport, Southampton play Leicester City tonight at St Mary's with a 7:30 kickoff. Saints are boosted by the return of both Jack Stevens and Ibrahim Diallo from injury. Fans are hoping to see a win for the first time in 3 home games against the Foxes. That is all from us from now. You can find our stories and more at solentjournalism.co.uk.